Okay, now we can talk about gear. So basically, I'm going with two different builds. Unfortunately, to get GCD of 2.40, it requires a stupid amount of skill speed melds. Like, look at all these skill speed melds I already have, and I'm only 2.45. I don't have on skill speed food because you can hit this breakpoint better. Is there a 2.40 build? I mean, we can make it. It would just require like a stupid amount of skill speed melds, man. Like, basically, you don't want to get rid of crit, right? So, oof. Oof, look at this. Look how stupid this is. Oh my god, dude. Look at this. This is so bad. Nah, this is just cursed. Yo, look at this. You need 941 for 2.40. 940. You've got to be fucking kidding. Literally 1 point. Well, 2.41 might be viable. Yeah, so you're 2.41. You're only missing 7, right? It's 883. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so this is good. I would say if you're going to go for a faster GCD, I would say to do this. Isn't it better to throw out skill speed in the raid ring and throw out a direct hit meld? In the raid ring? Oh, yeah. Basically, I was focusing on my skill speed, yeah. Like, you would want crit here. Basically, I prioritize crit after skill speed. What skill speed would be best for Gunbreaker? So here's the thing, man, is that like there's theoretical best skill speeds and melds and shit. But the thing is all of that is just trash information. None of that actually matters. The reason why is because full uptime fights are extremely rare. And even in full uptime fights, you're forced to peel off. So a lot of people think that dummy rotations are the go-to. You need to do a dummy rotation and all of the shit that is on a dummy rotation, that's the go-to information. And that's wrong. It's wrong because a dummy rotation doesn't take into account raid buffs. It doesn't take into account mechanics, which is the reason why that it's not go-to. It also doesn't take into account greed. Oh, it also doesn't take into fact player skill either, which is why a lot of these like spreadsheet guys, they're really bad at the fucking game. It doesn't take into account skill. Basically, the answer to your question, what skill speed should you have? It's going to be dependent on you. There is no answer. That's the answer. People are good at different things, right? Like me, I'm horrible at math, you know, but I'm really fucking good at greeting in this game. I'm really fucking good at this game. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that all of that garbage that comes down from like spreadsheets and all that shit, I don't pay attention to any of that. My damage purely comes from me going in there. It's all like practical. None of it's theoretical. Like I know what I need to do because I've done it. My biggest piece of information or advice that I could give you guys, right, is people shit on the balance. I just shit on spreadsheet nerds. That information is useful. I don't want you to think it's not useful. It's definitely useful. And those people that do that, they do a good job, or they try to at least. That's very commendable. The thing about Final Fantasy is that the devs, they treat their fucking player base like babies. They treat their player base like, you know, they're fucking idiots. And I mean, a majority of them are, yeah, sure. But it's because of those like theory crafters and stuff. You know, like look at this character sheet, for example. Critical hit. Oh man, this is so good. Affects the amount of physical and magical damage dealt. Really? No fucking way. I had no idea. Determination. It affects the amount of damage dealt. Oh, no way, bro. I had no idea. Direct hit. Look at this fucking garbage, dude. Look at this shit, man. You should be able to see, like, dude, what the fuck is 2254? Like, what does this number even fucking mean? You don't know what it means because Square Enix is cryptic like that on purpose, because they're weird, because they want their player base to be stupid. How hard is it to actually tell me how much 2254 is a gain? Like, I should be able to know my crit percentage and my crit damage multiplier. I know there's a thing. No, there's a mod that will tell you. There is, but I don't use it. And I wouldn't recommend any of you using it. But it exists, and it's a wonderful fucking mod. But don't use it. But it's wonderful. Don't ever use it, though. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. If you use it, here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna ban you and then put what you were using in the game. Oh my god, dude. Anyway, so this looks like a decent 2.41, so we'll save this shit. Okay, so this is good. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So what is it, 824? Yeah, that's not bad either. Okay, so it looks like 2.41 and 2.42 are both good. Why not use a skill speed piece instead and meld slots? Because there is no option. It's either crit tenacity or crit det. You're obviously going to pick crit det. It's either crit det or det tenacity. You're obviously going to pick crit det. There are no options for tanks. This is literally every single tank build will use every single one of these pieces. Like I said, there are no options. Crit tenacity versus crit det versus tenacity skill speed. Jesus Christ. Crit det versus crit tenacity. Det tenacity versus crit det, crit tenacity versus det tenacity. See what I mean? Yo, so to answer your guys' question, so I did a little bit of testing with direct hit versus det on warrior, and they got lazy. They didn't change the stat direct hit. They just changed every ability that auto crit or auto direct hit. It's hard to explain because it's so stupid. Whatever damage that you deal with like auto crit direct hits, if there's a crit buff or direct hit buff, you just add that flat percentage of damage. So Square Enix, I've noticed when it comes to balance, they're pretty lazy. And one of the most laziest ways that you can balance something is you make it auto crit direct hit. So I think that they're going to implement more auto crit direct hit abilities in the future. Yeah, I think that eventually Double Down and Blasting Zone are going to be auto crit direct hit. So enjoy it while it lasts, Gunbreakers. Pretty much just the TLDR is just stack direct hit. It's the fucking same as Det, more or less. There are like very, very subtle marginal differences. That's it. Oh, yo, that's good. This is actually kind of sick. So basically you can set your melds up to where you can have both 2.42 and 2.41 by just swapping food. So this is the 2.42. So it's 832 and you're at 824. So you only waste 8 points, which is good. And then if you want to go faster, you use, hold on, what is the crit here? 2413. Okay. 2413. Oh, wow. You actually gain more crit with this. You lose det though. So 1675. 1675. Yeah, so you lose about 50. Okay, so you basically turn 50 det into 50 crit, which that's, you know what, that's actually better. Yeah, this 2.41 build's pretty good, actually. I might go with this. I'm a big fan of 2.40, 2.41. I really like those skill speeds a lot. I might actually go with this because not only can you do this skill speed, but you can also go slower if you want to. What would I change for Dark Knight? Nothing. This is Omni set. The sets that I make work for every tank. I have one set. I just fucking use it, man. That's why I'm a big fan of 2.40 and 2.41 because it literally works for every single tank. I mean, some people like Dark Knight slower, but I don't. There is a big misconception that the slower your GCD is, you deal more damage. That is not true. That is 100% not true. If it was true, then all of my 2.40 builds wouldn't be shitting on all these kids. People think that the slower your skill speed is, the higher your parse is going to be. And that's completely false. That's not true at all. And if you don't believe me, you can check my fucking logs and shit, okay? If you don't believe me. That's like the one thing that I have. All the shit that I talk, all the bullshit that I say, I can back it up. The slower skill speed does not result in higher damage. Okay, so that's a good point, Saru. You need a slower GCD because you can't weave faster ones. Yeah, so that goes back to my point is that skill speed is going to be ping and connection dependent. Here's how good my connection is. I can double weave at like 2.40. With router upgrades, my cousin's goldfish can triple weave. Not me, my cousin's goldfish with his router, he can triple weave at 2.40. And I keep telling my cousin, I'm like, dude, yo, you got to flush that guy down the toilet. Yoshi P's going to see that that goldfish is using illegal programs and you're going to get in trouble. But my cousin doesn't care. He's too busy combing his hair and shit. You know, I have always recommended this for skill speed. It's going to be ping and connection dependent. There's not an answer I can give you, unfortunately. I can suggest some. If your ping is shit, then you probably want a slower skill speed. If your ping is average or good, then you can use a faster one. But I know really good players that also use a slower skill speed, and that's fine. But I don't want anybody in here to think that just because you use a slower skill speed, that results in higher damage. That's not true. 100% not true. I'm literally living proof of that because I always use faster GCDs and my damage completely shits on like fucking 99% of the fucking community. And in some cases, everybody because I've fucking got rank ones and shit. So I don't want to hear your bullshit. I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, it's slower according to my spreadsheet, Mr. Strummer. Nah, fuck you. Why don't you actually go in and play the fucking content, idiot? Just remember that a lot of your damage is going to come from RNG. I mean, it just is. If you don't believe me, look at a gunbreaker who crits their double down and blasting zone, and look at a gunbreaker that doesn't. Who's going to deal more damage? Yeah, obviously. Is 2.40 not possible this tier? I mean, it's possible. You can do it, but I don't recommend it. These are the sets that I would probably recommend. I would recommend 2.41. This is the set I'm going to go for, probably. We can make my prog set, actually. Yeah, we make the prog set. I think I'm going to go with this. These are probably going to be my purchases. And the reason why is because this is BiS and this is BiS. I'm going to start the day off with this set right here. And it has a 2.44. And then throughout the day, I'm going to get this and I'm going to get this. And by just putting in 3 skill speed melds, I will be able to get the same GCD 2.44. So basically all that comfort that I built up, it's going to remain the same. I'm just going full crafted. Like I said earlier, like you can use these and they're fine. But I think if you're going to use these, you should use them because if you want a slow GCD. Don't think that this is going to give you more damage because the stats on them are better than the crafted, because that's not going to happen. By taking these, you're also losing 144 secondaries. There's that too. Okay, I think that's it. I guess to recap just real quick, you want to stack direct hit on all tanks now because you get the benefit of Omni Meld, plus it's the same damage, if not slightly more than Det. There is no BiS skill speed. Don't. If anyone says that there is, they're full of shit. They're stupid. They're an idiot. Never listen to that idiot. The skill speed you're going to want to use is going to be depending on your ping and connection. If your ping is shit, you probably want a slower one. You want to have a skill speed that you like, not one that someone else tells you. Me personally, I like faster ones. So I like 2.40, 2.41. Unfortunately, that's kind of not going to be a thing for prog, but 2.44 is still okay. And the reason why I'm going with this is because it's a fast swap when I get my upgrade pieces. This is my pre-Savage I think I'm going to go with. I'm going to get the ring and the gloves. And the reason why that I'm not getting the pants is because I'm probably going to get an oil. If I do not get the oil, then I'm going to go with this and I'm just going to get the pants probably. I choose to go with 2.44 because it's really easy to meld and you can meld it to where you're perfectly on the tier. And another reason why I'm doing this is because going from full crafted to either one of these sets is insanely easy to meld. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking my crafted. So this is the set I'm starting the day with, which is 2.44. Then if I get the oil, I'm going to get this. If I do not, I'm probably going to get this. Regardless of which route I go, both sets will allow me to maintain my same skill speed with very minimal effort. So it'll be very quick. So that is the reason why I'm doing it.
Hello? Hello? Are you listening to me? I would like to win this video to acknowledge everyone in the YouTube comment, the Twitch chat, and I would like to very seriously say that you are cute and I love you and give you kisses.
End of the video.